Welcome to the Train Like a King podcast, dedicated to all things paddling, designed to help paddlers of all levels get motivated to get out on the water. Tune in, grab your paddle, and let's train like a king. Kia ora, guys, and welcome back to another Train Like a King podcast episode. Got a different podcast for you today, and it's titled How I Met My Future Wife. This story is quite a funny story, and I think both mine and Tyler's mothers will forever, uh, claim the fact that they set me and Tyler up. So, uh, basically, in 2019, I spent majority of the year in Hawaii. Like I've said in a previous podcast, I spent most of the year there, and obviously I'm a paddler, and Tyler Nathan Wong is a professional rugby sevens player. And how it all started, I guess the first off is that I was in Hawaii, and I basically got a friend request on Instagram. I got a follow while I was in Hawaii, and it was Tyler Nathan Wong. And I thought, whoa, why why is this professional rugby player giving me a follow? And I knew of Tyler, obviously, because she's superstar all over TV. And so I thought, I won't pay too much attention to it, but I gave her a follow back. But so it was quite funny. I didn't know the reason why she had followed me, and I didn't read too much into it, but I happened to be up for an award back home in New Zealand for the Far North Sports Awards, Māori Sports Awards, and I was up for the Player of the Year award. And because I was in Hawaii, I couldn't actually attend the award ceremony myself. So my mother and my whānau went to this awards night on my behalf. And I think I wound up winning the Sportsman of the Year, Māori Sportsman of the Year. And my mum got up on stage, and did a bit of a speech and whatnot for me, and was accepted the award on my behalf. It was pretty cool because it was covered on Māori television. Anyway, after this event, my mum called me from New Zealand, and she called me while I was in Hawaii to talk about the night, because it was quite a cool night for them and a funny night. And she happened to say to me that Tyler Nathan Wong was also up for an award that night, and that it just so happened that Tyler and her family, her parents and her sister, were seated on the same table as my family. So all of my family, my parents and my sister, and all Tyler's family, all on the same table at this Māori Sports Awards in the far north. And my mum proceeded to tell me that, at one point in the night, she turned to Tyler's mum, Deanne Nathan Wong, and said, I should introduce you to my son. And I guess that got the ball rolling. And it's funny because when my mum told me this, I put two and two together, and I thought, that's why Tyler added me on Instagram. She had obviously met my family, and was seated on the same table with them. So even though I had already added Tyler back, I actually decided to send the first DM on Instagram. So I slid into the DMs on Instagram, and yeah, basically that's how it all began. It's all because of my mother, Nari King, and Deanne Nathan Wong, Tyler's mom, having a bit of a chat on the table. And I guess you can say they're kind of matchmakers, really. And I think they'll forever own that, you know, the fact that they set us up. So we got to talking, and then we first met in person at the end of 2019 when I came back to New Zealand. Tyler will claim that, I was the one that slid in the DMs first, but I always claim that she was the one that added me first. So, you know, I guess we're even on that front. But we first met towards the end of 2019, and we hung out quite a bit. Went to a few concerts and stuff like that, and then yeah, it was I think one of the most significant periods for us though was in 2020 because of because of COVID. Uh, we kind of got thrown in the deep end right from the get go, because we both went up north for my mother's 60th birthday to celebrate her birthday with her, and we went up, and that was the same time that New Zealand went into full blown lockdown. So pretty early on in our relationship, we were tested with a pandemic lockdown, and it was awesome. So Tyler basically got to spend, I think I would believe it was 3 months off the bat, lockdown up home on our farmland, at our homestead is what I like to call it. And yeah, we had an awesome time training and making banana bread just like everyone else, which inevitably ended up, because of COVID, even though the lockdown stopped, the Sevens didn't really have any other tournaments. The tournaments kind of closed because of the flights and stuff. So Tyler was able to play. The coach said that they could go back and play club rugby, 15s if they wanted to. So Tyler actually ended up playing for my original, um, my first rugby club, Te Raroa, and then subsequently Northland. So we ended up spending the rest of 2020 up north. Uh, and it was pretty cool for Tyler to play for Northland and Te Raroa, where I grew up playing rugby. Obviously, don't play rugby now anymore, but I did go to trainings and help out where I could. But yeah, I wouldn't put my body on the line these days. I don't think my shoulders would be able to handle it. But yeah, and the rest is history. I guess that's basically how I met my future wife. Um, I guess the only other thing to talk about would be the uh, the proposal. So, over a year ago now, asked Tyler to marry me. We went to we booked the batch on a farm and managed to drop the knee under the stars, um, with a bit of moonlight and outdoor bathtub, and she said yes. So yeah, it's pretty much now is where I think because COVID, COVID both has its positives and its negatives. Obviously, it's not always key to be locked down, but I believe without the lockdown and with mine and Tyler's busy schedules, I was traveling quite consistently around the world. With Tyler's Sevens tournament, she's traveling quite consistently. Um, who knows what would have happened if that lockdown didn't actually occur? We may not have been able to spend that significant time together in those early stages, which I think is key. So yeah, just I'll finish it up there. Thanks to the pandemic, I met my future future wife, and we're getting married in January next year. So not long to go. A lot of organizing to do, but we'll get there. So thanks, you guys. That's just a little story about how I met my future wife, and important part of the story. So thanks for listening to another episode, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Kia ora. Thank you for listening to another episode on the Train Like a King podcast. Check out trainlikeaking.com for training plans, merchandise, and coaching opportunities. If you haven't already, give us a follow so you don't miss another episode. Catch you on the next one.